Okay, stop. I guess you're looking for a really simple guide for beginners on how to do a podcast and get it uploaded to Spotify. Well, here it is. I'm going to show you. I have a Mac and we're going to walk through easy steps. If you want more on this, let me know. I can make a longer video, but this is going to be a really straightforward, simple one. Let's get started. So the first thing I'll do, as I have a Mac, I'm going to go to iMovie. Now what you need to do is record your audio, because we're doing an audio podcast. Record your audio, get it done, edited, finished, saved as an audio file. Then you're going to upload it to a third-party website or app, which is an RSS feed. It's a place where you upload your audio, and from there they distribute it to your Apples, your Spotifys, your Deezers, all these other places. So that's how it happens. If anyone tells you otherwise, for now, as time of recording, that's how to do it. There's no other way. You need to record your audio, send it to a middleman. Don't really like that term. Third party, middle ground company, whatever, and they send it on to Apple or Spotify. I'm going to show you how to do that really, really easily. So you go to iMovie. I'm opening iMovie now, and then you create a new project. Create movie. Now, one of the questions that I hear a lot is, what equipment do you need? So what I have right now is my Mac. I do have an external microphone, but you don't need one. I would always say get started. Just get the ball rolling. Your first few episodes are always going to be, let's say, a different quality to the ones that you do after 20, 30, 50 episodes, but just get starting and be committed. So you don't need to invest in a top-end microphone. You're probably not going to listen. I know people like to spend money, especially now, but you don't need it. Get it started, get learning, get the ball rolling, get your first subscribers. So I have a USB microphone plugged into my Mac. That's what I'm speaking through now. If you can hear the kids in the background, I'm sorry for that, but they're having fun, which is all good. So I have a USB microphone. It's about $100, 90 euros, something like that, plugged into my Mac. You can use headphones. You can use the speaker in the headphones. You can speak into the microphone of the Mac if you need. So let's continue. For an audio, you don't need to think about cameras and stuff. It's just a microphone in your Mac. So you're going to talk, and the microphone is going to record you. That's going to go into the iMovie. So I go into my iMovie. I have my microphone connected, and then I'll click on this icon here, and I will select the kind of audio I'm going to have, the kind of audio input that I'm going to have. So that's what I'm going to do here. So I click on this icon, I choose my input, which in this case is the blue snowball. I have a blue snowball attached. Click on that, and then it's ready to go. From that point on, I can hit record and start recording. So I will talk for my 10, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, whatever the case may be for my podcast. I have my own podcast, which is called The Forecast. Please check it out. It's something really different, something really new. More on that later. So you choose your input device, you go for it. You speak into your microphone clearly, not too close, not too far away. You can minimize the background noise if you have kids and animals and stuff. You can minimize the background noise in iMovie, but we'll skip that part for now. This is supposed to be a streamlined tutorial. So you're going to speak into your microphone clearly, be happy with your audio. At the end of it, stop recording. You're going to go to the top of the screen, top right hand, and export file. So you can choose whether it's an audio file, video file. So of course, if we're doing audio only, you would choose the audio option, and that file will then be saved to your hard drive, whether it's your internal hard drive or your external hard drive. So that be that. As I said, there are ways to minimize the background. You can, of course, add video, you can add text, you can add pictures to your audio if you want to make that audio into a visual to post to a YouTube, for example. You can also add pre-recorded audio that you already have. So what I do for my podcast is I have a pre-recorded intro that I have done. I have a pre-recorded outro that I have done. And then every new episode, I will speak into the microphone and add the additional audio as I'm doing now. So once you've done that, you'll have saved audio from iMovie. So then when you've done that, you click off iMovie and remember, you'll have your MP3 file. You can save it in different formats. I tend to, as a beginner to intermediate, I would save my audio files as an MP3. There are different audio formats you can use, some with higher resolutions or bit rates. I just save it as an MP3 file. MP3 is audio. MP4 is video. So if I upload things to YouTube, it will be MP4. We're doing MP3 to Spotify today. So it's your first time. You've got your idea, your concept for your podcast. You've got the name of your podcast. You've dropped the name in there. You've asked people to share it, like it, subscribe it. You're happy with the content of your first episode. And first pro tip, you need a first episode done for you to be able to create the whole package and upload to Spotify. Clearly, you need something to upload before you can go ahead. So you need to do this part first. Do your first episode. But remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect at all. It just has to be done. So you've got your MP3 file. It's saved on your desktop, on your hard drive, on your downloads, wherever. It's saved on your computer. Give it a name, give it a title. And then you're going to go to a website called Sounder. So Sounder, and there are many websites like this, but Sounder is the one I use. Sounder is this middle company that you need to upload your audio to, and that will upload to Spotify. In this case, I also upload to other platforms like Apple. I love Apple. I used to work there, but we're talking about Spotify today. So Sounder is the next thing. Sounder there are different options. There is a free option, which is the one I use. So you would have to sign up. This is Sounder. So I've already got my account. So with the free account, you can have one podcast. If you pay, you can have multiple podcasts. Of course, if you are kind of intermediate to pro, you might have more than one podcast. I have one right now, which is called The Forecast, which you can see if you search around. The Forecast by Alex Ahom. So it's The Forecast, Forecast by Alex Ahom. So if you even search Alex Ahom, you'll find it as well. But The Forecast. So you go into Sounder. Of course, I have an account, so you won't see it quite like this, but you'll find it. It's really straightforward. As I said, Sounder is great to start with. You can do loads of episodes, get followers, you can get people listening. It's all good. Go to Sounder and you'll start a new podcast. So you have to start a new podcast, and then afterwards we're going to upload our first episode. So you start a new podcast. You have to put in a title, the name of your podcast. You'll have to put in an image, whether it's a JPEG, PNG, whatever it is, but you're going to have to make an image that you're going to see on your screen, or your listeners are going to see on their screen when they search you. So I have my own icon, which I've created in Canva, also for free, but you're going to need that. So let me try and locate the page you'll see when you start your new podcast. So this is what you're going to see. This won't be here. This will be empty, and you need to upload artwork. So I've created an icon for my podcast, which is the 4C, which is short for The Forecast by Alex Ahom. So I've created this. You upload that. You put in the name of your podcast title, and then underneath that, you'll have to have a URL. This is important for later stages, but you need to make a URL for Sounder. So my URL is the forecast.sounder.fm. So I just put in here the forecast and get a search. And then it said, congratulations, this is not taken already. So I confirmed that, the forecast.sounder.fm. Underneath that, you'll need to put a description of what your podcast is all about. You can do a paragraph as I've done, or you can also make it really short and snappy. It's up to you. As long as you're clear about what you're offering, what's unique or what's cool about your podcast, but you need to put it in there. And that's what your podcast in general is all about. What you're going to be speaking about, what topics you're going to cover. The author is you, your name, my email address, which is going to be public for people to contact me, what the podcast category is all about. So I put three options in here. The language, it's clean for now. It's episodic, so I've got that, and that's all you need for now. Once you've done that, you hit save, and then you can upload your first episode to Sounder. So you will go out of here and then upload new episode. Once you've done that, you can click on here to upload episode. You click on here and it will ask you to locate that MP3 file. So you click on the MP3 file, you upload it, and then after that, you put in the details of that episode, you put in the name of the episode, what that episode is about, all those kinds of information that you'd like to share, and that's that for then. Okay, so let me show you my screen of uploaded episodes. So these are a few of my previous episodes. This will give you an idea of what I've put in. So I've uploaded my audio. We've clicked locate the MP3 file. It's uploaded. It takes seconds. So the uploaded audio file will be here. I have the icon uploaded for the channel, so that doesn't change every episode. That's the same as the podcast audio. The episode title we've written in here. That was the episode's title for my last episode. That was episode 10 of series 3. So we put in a title of our choice, make it snappy, make it exciting and interesting. Then the episode URL, so you choose something here. I usually put in season 3, episode 10 or whatever. I don't tend to put the episode title just because my personal preference. I don't want the URL to be too long, but it's definitely your choice. The author is the same, it's me. A description of the episode, so what's going to happen, what you can expect, what you can search for, some keywords for this episode. And then the other paragraphs here are just things that I put in every episode. So where to reach me, what the general podcast is all about. It's a full episode, it's clean. And then you hit save. And once you hit save on that, it will upload to your Spotify account. So how do we get to the Spotify? How do we connect the two? Well, after you've done this, in your manage section, you'll have an RSS feed. So this website here is where your episodes will be hosted. So you copy that link, then you open a tab, and in Google, we're going to search for Spotify podcast. So remember, there are different methods if you want to upload to Apple, you want to upload to different places, but I'm just going to walk you through getting your podcast, which we've already recorded on iMovie. We've got that middle app, that middle platform, which is we're using Sounder for today. We've made our Sounder account. We've given the podcast a name. We've dropped that name, of course, in the audio we've created. We have our thumbnail for the podcast, which was created on Canva. We've explained what the podcast is about. We've also given information about what the particular episode is about. Again, you need one episode done for it to connect everything. You can't connect your Spotify or your Apple podcast to Sounder without an episode. You need that. If you don't do that, it will say that it doesn't connect because you don't have an episode. It will give you a warning sign if you do this step without having an episode first. So you have your episode, it's ready to go, it's waiting and ready on Sounder. Then you go to Google and you type in Spotify podcast. Then when you type in Spotify podcast, this will come up, which is the platform for podcasts. You go to your dashboard. It will talk about how you set it up, but it's quite straightforward. Step one, you need your link to your RSS feed, and you get started, and you copy in that URL that you have from Sounder, which is here. You copy that in to the podcast and press enter. I'm not doing it, I'm sorry, because I've done it already, and I didn't necessarily we don't need for me to go through it again because it's fairly straightforward. But you'll type in your RSS feed, you press enter, it will connect with it, it will find it, you'll add some podcast information, you review your information and press submit. Once that's done, and you've added all the information that it asks you to add in, very straightforward, you don't need any technical ability, it will connect. Your Apple, your Sounder will connect with your Spotify. And that's it. And once you go back to your Sounder and then press save on that episode, it will upload automatically. And every time you upload to Sounder, it will automatically upload to Spotify. So that's really, I wanted to show you as simple as possible. If you have any queries or questions, do get back to me, write them in the comments. But it is straightforward. If you do want me to do a more in-depth video and actually make an account from scratch, new accounts, I can do that as well. It's no problem. This was designed to be a short video just to show you the basics. But trust me, pro tip, commit. You won't get loads of views, you won't get loads of listeners. You need to upload constantly, consistently. I would say try and have a scheduling plan. Try to talk about things that you're passionate about or that you're able to commit to. And then just, if you have a Mac, for example, iMovie is a great place to start. If you'd like me to do any part of this tutorial again, let me know. But iMovie is straightforward. Record straight into iMovie. You can also record straight into QuickTime. So if you just do a search on your Mac for QuickTime, you can open QuickTime and record audio there as well if you would like. So that's the end of the tutorial today. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have any questions, again, reach out to me. Good luck with your podcast. Drop the links to your podcast or how I can review your podcast, listen to your podcast. I will follow anyone's podcast if you ask me to. Please follow mine. I love listening to podcasts and I hope you enjoy mine. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being there. This has been Alex Ahom, and that's the end of this video. Bye.